What's up, y'all? It's Uncle Shady, back with another edition of Shady Jeffree Reactions. I'm gonna do another old one. This song was a song that I produced. Jeffree Star was a friend of mine from early 2000s, very early 2000s. Just club scene in Hollywood. I didn't know him for a while. We saw him, obviously. He sticks out like a sore thumb, but I didn't really talk to him or hang out with him for a few years. But once I met him, he's actually a pretty cool dude, and I had some fun hanging out with him on a few occasions. I can remember Jeffree was a very much an early trans rights activist. I remember hanging out in front of Beauty Bar one night with Jeff, and someone walked by him and called him a tranny, and he beat the shit out of the guy and his friend. It was pretty funny because I was like, I didn't know what to do because I was gonna jump in, obviously, but I didn't have to because he just fucking literally fucking like practically knocked these two dudes out like in like 10 seconds. It was pretty funny to see, for sure. I kind of wish I had that on film. But anyway, so Jeffree Star was one of my friends who was huge on MySpace back in the Dizzle. He had, between him and Tila, you know, they had several million. They were the biggest pages on MySpace at that time. So, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. So anyway, you're just gonna have to deal with it. So anyway, about, I don't know, maybe 2 tracks in to the Hollywood Undead project, I brought up, hey, you know, we'd probably get a lot of views and get a lot of attention if we did a song with Jeffree Star. And Jeffree had not done any music yet. He had only kind of, you know, he worked for Mac on a lower level, and you know, maybe did some music videos and some acting, but he wasn't nearly as big as he was. So, but on MySpace he was huge because he stuck out and was different, and a lot of people identified with that. So anyway, no one in the band thought it was a good idea. They thought I was fucking crazy. But, you know, my guerrilla tactics of getting our name out there was working. And eventually everyone came around but Aaron. Aaron was just like, no fucking way. You know, I don't want to be anywhere near that guy, you know, because Aaron's just like a douchebag. So eventually he was like, alright, but he can't come over dressed the way he dresses. So I literally had to call Jeffree Star and be like, Jeff, you know, can you come over wearing some Dickies and a hoodie or something? And he was like, yeah, I get it, you know, I get it. And so he came over, and I had to smuggle him into Aaron's room because Aaron didn't want his parents to see Jeffree, even though Jeffree was dressed normally. But anyway, so we end up doing this song, and I don't even know when the last time I heard this song, because it wasn't one of my favorite songs. It was a song I felt we needed to do to get some attention at the time, because we were, and I wanted to keep that ball rolling. So it's something we had to do, and it ended up being kind of a silly song, but it's one of the classics. So anyway, here we go.
This is Jeffree fucking Star, and this is a big fuck you to all you jealous bitches. You get mad that I'm fucking your boyfriends. And don't get mad if they
Oh my god, this was like, he wrote all this stuff like on the fly, and we were just like, okay. Oh my god. This song. How does that even mean? This, honestly, going through this stuff again, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, I'm sure, but like Hollywood Undead didn't need any more members. Jarrell could carry all, oh my god. These even like the kids in this song, like his shit is so sick. I'm a sex robot. This shit is hilarious. This had, I mean, oh man. That doesn't even make sense. The song's a little bit better than I remember. So, this was a pretty important song, unfortunately. Now that I'm thinking about it, this was a pretty big song. And it's really not as bad as I remember. At least, I mean, it's bad. It's bad, but it's very funny and it's very well put together. Yeah, and Jarrell and these bars are sick. Oh my god. God, I forgot about this song. This shit's pretty next level. You can't get, man, we could not do this band again today with all this fucking shit we were talking about in these, oh man. It's hysterical. Uh-oh, what did I do? Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, forbidden. Rest in peace, girl. She passed away. Oh my god, this is so bad. This might not have been that must not have been the original. I probably should have looked and seen which was which, because I used to be all over that song. Or maybe I'm just remembering a different version than we did in the studio. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, I'm trying to remember. So we did this song, and Jeffree Star posted it on Facebook, and at the time I was having Tila posted on MySpace, sorry, not Facebook. Tila was posting our stuff on MySpace. We had put out maybe 3 or 4 songs at this point. And when Jeffree Star posted this video on his MySpace, I remember we got like 30,000 followers from that or something. 20 or 30,000 really quickly, which was not easy to do in MySpace days. You could do that on Facebook just by working on it, but that is when Tom from MySpace, my phone just rang one day because I was managing as well as in the band, and my phone rang, and it was Tom from MySpace, and he was like, "Hey dude, like, did you guys hack MySpace?" And I was like, "No, we're definitely not smart enough to do that." And I guess he told me that MySpace had a meeting where they all got together and looked at our page and had all the text go through it because they legit thought that we had hacked into MySpace and were just adding people or forcing people to add themselves to our page or something. And he said that they actually like were freaking out for a while because of how fast our page grew, and I believe still holds the record to this day for the biggest, fastest page to grow on MySpace. We were so big that when we put these songs out, what happened so quickly that when MySpace Music started, we dominated, even though we had like we traded between it was us and Tila were the biggest artists on MySpace Music for several years. We traded. We and I think we passed her up for a while, for like a long time. And that was simply, and we had never played a show. That was the thing, is that we had never played a show. We only rehearsed, I think we rehearsed like 2 or 3 times. And just did all recording. And so that was a big phenomenon. And Tom from MySpace eventually took me on a tour where we did like a bunch of press conferences because it was basically the music industry as we knew it was changing because of the internet. And we were like the first example of a band getting huge purely on the internet without having any. We had record deals being offered to us when we had 4 tracks, 4 songs, never played a show, never rehearsed. Like, that was a very new thing. You can do that these days, obviously. There are plenty of bands that get big before playing or touring or anything these days, but we were the first to do it. So we did a bunch of press. We did like LA Times and like did all these interviews where we told the story of how we got big, or I told the story of how we got big on MySpace. And it was very interesting, strange period of my life. But yeah, the Jeffree Star effect definitely had a massive influence on how big Hollywood Undead got in the beginning. Having 2 of the biggest people on MySpace reposting our stuff definitely helped. Back in the good old days before algorithms just basically stop you from doing that on Facebook and stuff. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.